Summary essay on Don't You Know Who I Am by Ramani Durvasula. Understanding Narcissism in the Modern Age. Introduction. Dr. Ramani Durvasula's book, Don't You Know Who I Am, delves into the pervasive phenomenon of narcissism that has threaded its way through modern society. With a combination of clinical expertise and relatable narrative, Dr. Durvasula offers an insightful exploration into how narcissistic behaviors and traits manifest in everyday life, affecting relationships, workplaces, and even our self-perceptions. Understanding narcissism. Narcissism is often misunderstood as merely excessive self-love or vanity. However, Dr. Durvasula breaks down the complexities of this personality trait, elucidating that narcissism encompasses a spectrum, from healthy self-esteem to pathological narcissistic personality disorder. Central to her discussion is the concept of empathy, or the lack of it, distinguishing those who exhibit narcissistic traits from those who do not. The spectrum of narcissism. Dr. Durvasula categorizes narcissism into various forms, such as overt, covert, malignant, and communal narcissism. Overt narcissists are the most recognizable, often exuding arrogance and a blatant sense of entitlement. On the other hand, covert narcissists are more insidious, masking their grandiosity with a facade of vulnerability. Malignant narcissists combine elements of narcissism with antisocial behavior, making them particularly harmful. Communal narcissists, however, seek admiration through their perceived altruism and social contributions, often manipulating others under the guise of benevolence. Narcissism in relationships. One of the most compelling sections of the book is Dr. Durvasula's examination of how narcissism impacts relationships. Whether it's romantic partnerships, family dynamics, or friendships, the presence of narcissistic behaviors can be deeply destructive. Narcissists often employ tactics such as gaslighting, love bombing, and devaluation to manipulate and control their partners. Dr. Durvasula provides practical advice on recognizing these behaviors and setting boundaries to protect oneself from emotional harm. Navigating romantic relationships. Dr. Durvasula discusses the initial allure of narcissists, who often present themselves as charming and attentive partners. However, this facade quickly deteriorates as the narcissist's need for admiration and control becomes apparent. The book offers strategies for individuals to extricate themselves from toxic relationships and rebuild their self-worth. The family dynamic. In families, narcissistic parents can create environments of competition, favoritism, and emotional neglect. Dr. Durvasula explores how children of narcissistic parents often struggle with self-esteem issues, codependency, and difficulties in their own relationships. She emphasizes the importance of therapy and self-awareness in breaking the cycle of narcissism within families. Narcissism in the workplace. The workplace is another arena where narcissism can wreak havoc. Narcissistic bosses and colleagues can create toxic environments characterized by manipulation, backstabbing, and a lack of accountability. Dr. Durvasula offers insights into identifying these behaviors and provides strategies for maintaining professional boundaries and mental well-being in such settings. Recognizing workplace narcissists. Workplace narcissists often climb the corporate ladder through charm and manipulation, leaving a trail of demoralized colleagues in their wake. Dr. Durvasula emphasizes the importance of documenting interactions and seeking support from HR when dealing with narcissistic individuals at work. Maintaining professional boundaries. Dr. Durvasula advises on establishing firm boundaries and practicing assertive communication to protect oneself from the toxic behaviors of narcissistic colleagues. She also highlights the significance of self-care and seeking professional help if workplace stress becomes overwhelming. Self-perception and narcissism. In a society increasingly driven by social media and self-promotion, Dr. Durvasula addresses how narcissistic tendencies can infiltrate our self-perception. The constant pursuit of validation and the pressure to present a curated image can lead to a distorted sense of self-worth. She encourages readers to cultivate genuine self-compassion and mindfulness to counteract these societal pressures. The role of social media. Social media platforms often serve as breeding grounds for narcissistic behaviors, with likes, comments, and follower counts becoming measures of self-worth. Dr. Durvasula explores how this digital validation can reinforce narcissistic tendencies and advises on mindful usage of social media to maintain a healthy self-image. Building genuine self-worth. True self-worth, according to Dr. Durvasula, comes from within and is not contingent on external validation. She provides exercises and practices for readers to develop self-compassion and resilience, fostering a more authentic and fulfilling sense of self. Conclusion. Don't You Know Who I Am is a comprehensive guide to understanding and navigating the complexities of narcissism in the modern world. Dr. Ramani Durvasula's blend of clinical expertise and accessible writing makes this book an invaluable resource for anyone seeking to protect themselves from narcissistic harm and foster healthier relationships and self-perception. By recognizing and addressing narcissistic behaviors, individuals can reclaim their power and cultivate more meaningful connections in their personal and professional lives.